your neck keeps hurting even after trying everything, you might be making one of these 4 mistakes. These mistakes could actually make your neck pain worse. Be sure to watch this video until the very end to avoid making any of them. And finally, I'll share what you should do instead. Your neck will truly thank you. Why do so many people keep suffering from neck tension? Stiff neck is incredibly common. The whole thing usually stems from us being too one-sided, not moving our heads enough, and often sitting in a poor posture with an overextended neck. And that's essentially the body's reaction. Muscles tense up, pain starts to develop, and numbness begins to set in. All of this could be related. A very common mistake is using an unsuitable pillow. What do I mean by that? Unfortunately, an unsuitable pillow feels quite comfortable at first. It's a pillow where, in the position you lie on it, the head becomes somewhat hyperextended, and the head is positioned higher. This, in turn, promotes the root cause of neck problems, namely overly short muscles and fascia. The muscles and fascia, therefore, keep getting shorter and more tension arises. That's why the pillow should be designed in a way that the upper part of your head is properly supported and elevated, while the lower part is allowed to gently hang and relax a little bit more. This way, you can sleep well and also get stretched at the same time. Mistake number 2, keeping the neck still, for example, with a neck brace. And that's a position that completely prevents the head from moving in any direction at all. And I'm strictly against that because what your neck needs is movement, specifically the right movement and the right stretch. That's why I would actually avoid it. Unless you have a serious injury, then that's something to consider, but not for regular neck issues, in my opinion. Generally speaking, resting isn't effective for pain, except in cases of fractures or structural injuries like broken bones or tissue damage, but not with neck pain and not with regular pain. Resting, on the contrary, is always counterproductive because you're essentially just sparing the body by keeping it stuck in its tense state. So the muscles and fascia stay in that contracted position. It might feel good initially, like you're giving yourself a break, but they stay shortened and often end up getting even tighter and more problematic. Mistake number 3. This one has to do with your sleep. If you sleep on your side, you really need to pay attention because many who sleep on their side end up in that overextension in the side position. Yes, because the neck muscles are far too short and overly tense. That's why I'd recommend sleeping on your back to ensure your body stays properly aligned. Then it can't happen on its own because you're asleep, so you don't even notice it. If you sleep on your back and aren't used to it, there are a few little tricks that can make it easier. For example, if you can't properly rest your knees on the ground, simply roll up a towel or place a soft pillow under your knees so that they are slightly elevated at first. Slowly working your way down, week by week. Or with your pillow, adjust it so that your head can hang a little, allowing the top of your head to rest comfortably and naturally in the right position. As I mentioned earlier, all of this makes it much easier for you to gradually settle into that routine. And also, very importantly, many people say, oh, when I lie on my back, I snore like this and it disturbs my partner. But if you do exactly that, have the head slightly elevated and the neck relaxed, then you don't get into that stretched position and the tongue can't fall back. And that's often a reason for this snoring. And if you notice that you still snore while lying on your back, then experiment a bit and make sure you really don't have a pillow under your neck so that it can rest there and the head moves into this position a bit. And if you imagine it, if I were lying down, you'd notice that the tongue can't fall back as much as if I were lying like this. That shouldn't be the case. The more it's like this, the better. Mistake number 4. You're sitting at the desk absorbed and focused, completely forgetting about your body. Most people then slump into a rounded back and an overextended neck. There's a good way to prevent that. Simply place a mirror to your left and to your right, sideways, where you can occasionally glance over and automatically align yourself much better. Then without seeing the side view, and once more, the phone position, it's also a display screen. When you're looking at your phone, don't hold it in this position. Instead, keep it straight up and then tilt your head forward. You'll feel the stretch at the back, which is beneficial and effective, because that stretches the neck muscles that are too tight and then like that, while answering messages on your phone. That way, you turn reading on your phone into an exercise that helps you better manage your neck tension. Those were the 4 mistakes. And now, what do we do about it? Let's address it very proactively. What we've just demonstrated with the phone, that's already pointing us in the right direction. The possibility is, you sit up straight, Keeping your thoracic spine as upright as possible, reach up with both hands to the back of your head and pull it forward. And then you'll very quickly notice that there's a burning pull sensation right at the cervical spine area. And that's precisely the stretch you're aiming for. You hold it for 2 minutes, ensuring you don't round your torso, but keep it straight instead. And pull your head downward. And during those 2 minutes, try occasionally to push your head upward against the resistance of your hands. Of course, it's impossible. Your hands grip your head, then relax again. You go a bit further in, this subtle built-in strength training is incredibly valuable for making the exercise much more impactful and effective overall. And who doesn't have issues with their neck, maybe in your family, among your friends or acquaintances? That's why share this video with them. And when they notice how much it helps and when they understand it, they'll really thank you for it.